After having a really late self-diagnosis of autism, I think it's taken me a few years. Number one, okay, just to accept it myself. And when I say that, I mean, like, okay, that even came in stages. I'm trying to explain it, but, so, like, I somehow landed on either Asperger's or autism, and I don't know. And I just started kind of reading through it, and a lot of it clicked, but I started reading more, and then all of it got their box ticked. But for some reason, I don't know how else to say this. I just turned it off. I turned that thought off, and I just didn't revisit it for a while. Oh yeah, I didn't revisit it until the impact the autism started having on my relationships with my teenage children. That's when I had no other course of action, because I realized that it was me who was destroying the relationship, simply because that, number one, I only converse with them by text. Okay, so that's a pile of dumpster fire in itself, right? Like, because there's just no tonal inflection. And then they're teenagers, so they have their own they have their own language and ways of spelling that language now. So that was when it was apparent that I was just going to have to go ahead and admit to myself that I am autistic, and, let's just know about it, because, like, I guess we have to make that a special interest now, which I did. It is. And, did y'all hear that? Anyway, and so now I'm at this point where I'm trying to figure out how to integrate autism with, like, all these other things about me. I've always been super, like, I don't even know what you would call it, because all of the names for it these days seem to be getting raped and pillaged. And no, like, okay, so I would say spiritual, but there is just I'm seeing a lot of titles of videos, like, suggesting that I'm in a cult, which there's no way that can be true, unless I'm the only member and the president of it, which very may well be true. So anyway, yeah, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Oh yeah, and that I'm an INFJ now. And weirdly enough, I just found out last night that one of the symptoms of being an INFJ is talking like I talk, like not being able to, basically not being able to get your thoughts out. Yeah. Also, I just wanted to take this second to mention, I decided that I was not going to edit out any of my autistic characteristics from this video. But there's this, but that wasn't my intention. I just had to add that thing about INFJ and not talking. All of the symptoms symptoms of being an INFJ, which really, like, we're the rarest of the rare. 3% of the global population are INFJs. And but if you watch any INFJ video, like I posted one on Reddit last night, and because I was confused because everything explaining an INFJ, which I've read the descriptions 100 times, but I read them like before I was, I mean, I've always been autistic, but I read it before I knew I was. So there was no clicking, right? So, I hate when I forget my sentence. So, yeah, so like everything that describes an INFJ also describes an autistic person, pretty much. Like, or at least the space on the spectrum I am. Yeah. Oh, and so does the description for starseeds and light workers, which, again, those words are getting blown up into bits and pieces, and I know I'm an indigo child. Like, there's no way anyone can tell me I'm not. I totally am. My soul is old as fuck. It is. I got told that by a palm reader. I didn't even pay. I didn't buy a palm I just walked by him, and somehow I ended up flipping up my hand, and he looked at it and he was like, "Whoa, you are an old soul." That's all I remember about it. And that right there, why did that stick in my head? Thank you for watching this video. I think it's like so weird and neat. Not weird in a bad way. That if you're still here watching it, and it's badass.